Hello, this is me, Roshan Karki. Now I'm going to tell you the five things that will help you to boost up your confidence and the level of proficiencies in English language. So this is the core five things that you need to adapt in order to improvise your language. If you are eligible, if you are dedicated enough into these five things, then probably you will be one of the best speaker, or you want to or you are able to speak like a native in the world. So English language, so the first one is so among the five tips, so the first tips is speak. So it means as much as possible, you may speak with your friends, your circles, your networks, or your teachers, or anyone else. So that's a great way to improvise your English language, to enhance your proficiencies in English language. So that's the good way to improvise it, to make it more better on each day. So that's a great way, that's a great platform, that's a great initiations in order to improvise your language. So speaking will enhance your or boost up your confidence. So that's the great point, that's a great thing that you need to adopt before speaking. So that's all. So the second tips is have fun. So this is a great way to improvise your language. So basically what you can do is simply what you can do is the best way to improvise your English language is just make a fun. It means make this language when you are in alone, or when you are just thinking yourself, just make it a fun. So you may join it into impromptu speeches like randomly give any topics and trying to talk something about that topic. So that's a great way, that's a great initiations to improvise your English language. That's the second tips that you can do. So another way what you can do is just make a fun. So just trying to chanting the songs, a popular song or a popular actors, just trying to describe anything comes in your mind, and trying to express that or trying to define or trying to describing that on a English language, then it will definitely help you to make some fun, some positivism, some creation, some creativity, and that will actually be enhance your level of English language proficiency. So that's the second tips. So I would like to mention you the third tips is just instead of learning a single words, you may go for a phrases, right? It will help you to speak uh, with your friends or with your circles or anyone else more in a better way. So that's a great way to improvise your English language. So the greatest, the first tips is the first tips is which is much more important tips is you may just record your videos or your voices and uh, just cheers to your friends or teachers in order to get feedback, or you just may see just records your video and see one by one, recheck your video one by one whether you are speaking enough good in English language or not, and review your, or just revive or just repeat your videos again and time and again. Then definitely it will boost your level of confidence in English language. So that's another way to improvise your English language. So just recording on each day, speaking 10 to 15 minutes on in front of your cameras, and just evaluate what how can you make your speaking or your level of proficiency more better in the next time. So that plays a great role. So that's a great initiations over the period of the time. So the another way you can improvise your English language is picking the phone. So all right, So it's a great or it's a very much difficult task ever in the world with picking the phone, because you will not able to see the persons who call you. You don't able to see their personality, their body expressions, and body languages. So it's a quite much difficult while picking the phone or on a phone, and and speaking with the English language. So what you can do is, the best way you can do is, you can just try it for with your mates, with your circles, and just trying to speak in English language as much as possible. So gradually you will become more confident, and trying for a higher level, picking call picking opportunity, like appointing in English language, just calling or just inquiring in English language. So that's a great way. So these all are the five tips that you need to you may enhance your level of proficiencies in English language. So the first one is, so once I need to repeat before wrapping it out. So once I want to call it out, once I want to recall it. So the first one is the speak. The second one is just records your video, and just looking and just rechecking that whether how can you improve your English language more proficient. So the another third one is, the third tips is, instead of learning a single words, you may go for phrases. And the fourth one is, you may picking the phone, or you just receiving picking the phone is the first steps. And the last but not the least is, you may go through the reading the books, magazines, newspapers, and anything else that is available for you. And another one is, whenever you just speak with your uh, friends, is just make a cheater. It means some words or phrases you may, if you want to go speech in English language, you may go for some teacher, and write something, and explain that words in a more better way. So that's another way to improvise your English languages and your confidence level of confidence. So that's all. And another last one is the third extra bonuses. So the last one is, what you can do is having a phone. Yeah, all right. So that's all thing that you need to do in order to learn the English language in a more proficient way. And if you have a dream to speak English language like a native, or or fluently, then you have to do or conscious. So the most biggest thing is, whenever you talk with your friends or your circles or your teachers, the one thing that you need to understand is that and on later on you have to remember that after talking with your friends, so before talking and after talking, during talking and after talking, so you have to make categorize it into the three types. So the first one is the before the conversation. So before you begin the conversations, you have to think of something, or you have to mentally prepare yourself what you are going to actually express, and what you are going to actually asking with them, or what your conversations will be happen in a near future. So that's the first initial stages before beginning your conversation. So the second one is during conversations. So it's essential for you as well, that you have to be conscious in during the communications or during the conversations. It means if there is a high chances that you just go for informal, or you just speak that is not relevant, or just you are wasting the time or anything else. So you have to be conscious during the conversations, or that, or let's say what will it call the just conversations or communication. So that after conversations, you also need to reviewing your conversation. Actually, did you did anything wrong, or you did you speak anything wrong? So you have to think, you have to analyze your overall proficiency. So if you have any feels discomfort while talking to that particular individual or particular guy, so that's the whole idea, and that's the whole thing that if you able to follow, if you able to follow that, you're eligible to speak on that. So that's a way. So that's a great. Have a good day. Good night.